Happy Mother's Day, all. My name's Mark, and I am the husband of my Memphis mommy. When Better Homes and Garden approached us and asked me if I would cook a special meal for my wife on Mother's Day using their new aluminum porcelain cookware, I said absolutely. We have two little girls, almost 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and we're expecting our third daughter in just a matter of days. So making a wonderful Mother's Day meal for my wife is a high priority for me. Currently, she is sleeping, enjoying a nice nap. Okay, I can't fool you. She's actually behind the camera filming this whole escapade, seeing if I put anything on fire.
Busted!
But when it came to shopping, I actually went and did all the shopping myself, and I hid the receipt so she couldn't critique my use or lack of use of coupons. For breakfast this morning, one of the things you hear in the background is bacon nicely sizzling. One of the things I like about this cookware is it has these silicone and stainless steel handles. So even though I've got hot grease and bacon right here, I can pick it up barehanded, not a scratch on me. I'm also making this morning homemade pancakes with both chocolate chips and blueberries. I love making homemade pancakes. It's a lot easier than the mixes make you believe. You just use about 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and then mix in the wet ingredients, which is 2 cups of milk, an egg, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and you're good to go. So I've got my pan ready for the pancakes. Now, one of the other nice features of these pans is they're non-stick. So being non-stick, they actually tell you not to use any non-stick spray or grease in there because the pans are created in such a way that they will not stick. Putting some nice fresh chocolate chips. My wife loves chocolate chips in her pancakes. So we will cook up this pancake. Now, like I said, I like to make things from scratch. So we're also going to make homemade syrup. To make the homemade syrup, we're taking a cup of corn syrup. And corn syrup takes a while to drip out, so get in there. All right, got a cup of corn syrup, and then add to the cup of corn syrup half a cup of water, half a cup of brown sugar, and then of course a tablespoon of butter. Now, I've got my little helper here. She's pointing out I also need to add a dash of maple syrup flavoring. Yes, for your purists out there, being down here in Tennessee, we don't have easy access to maple trees, especially in the spring. So we're getting this going here. Having the oven on is usually a good thing. Oh, and my bacon is just about ready. Now, of course, when you're cooking, you always want to plan out what you're doing so you're not multitasking too much because it's very easy for food to get burned. But I'm going to fly without a net here and some more bacon to the pan to make sure we have enough for a meal today. Because my wife loves bacon. One of the joys of pregnancy is when I discovered my wife all of a sudden loves bacon. Alright, so here we are. And pancake flips beautifully without the need of any additions. One of the other realities of pregnancy is you need to avoid coffee. Well, my wife likes something hot to drink in the morning, and so we've been growing spearmint to make her some fresh spearmint tea. Now, spearmint tea is also quite easy to make. You just get yourself a bunch of leaves. Oop. Right there's a whole bunch right there. And then you rinse the leaves in cold water. And it has to be cold water. You take the leaves, you put it in about 4 cups of water, and you slowly start heating it. You don't want to bring it to a boil, and you don't want to heat it too quickly. So at this point, we've got everything cooking and ready to go, and we'll take a break right now, and we'll come back when we have the food a little farther along. Hi, welcome back. I want to show you how well this cookware cooks the pancakes. Now, I started out making chocolate chip pancakes. I also love blueberry pancakes, especially with fresh blueberries. If blueberries aren't in season, or if the price is a little too high on the blueberries, which they can be, you can use frozen blueberries as well. We've got that cooking. This flips beautifully with this cookware. We are at the stage right now where we are ready to finish up the tea. And so in finishing up the tea, we are going to use this teapot and strain it right on in. As it's going everywhere. There are a couple ways you can do this. Let me show you another way you can do this. I told you it'd be exciting. If we look over here, let me show you how well this pancake flips. You see, look how beautifully that flips. It flips right on over. Doesn't stick. Doesn't require any special utensils. For making the spearmint tea, you can strain out the leaves quickly. And then we dump it into this nice teapot as I burn my hand. And our tea is ready to be served. Now, of course, we can't just be done with pancakes. We need to add an omelet to this whole mix. Why? Because omelets are fun to make. This is my little helper. She enjoys being like her daddy in the kitchen, don't you? I'm making a 3-egg omelet. This way, my Memphis mommy and I can share. With the omelet, I always add a little bit of milk. And some people don't add milk, I do. And my wife's convinced that the more fun the container is, the better tasting the food is. I don't really know if that's true, but it's Mother's Day, so I'll humor her.
You could have moved, though.
Well, I could have moved, but I didn't want to utter too many jokes about it. And we're going to throw a little pepper on here. Some nice fresh ground peppers, always a nice touch. A little salt. Let's throw it into our omelet pan, which should be warm enough. We're going to let that cook here for a minute. Sonia, how are those pancakes doing?
Good.
You got one stuck on the ceiling.
Yummy pancake. I make a pancake.
One of the other nice features of the aluminum porcelain cookware is its quick heating. So when you're like me and you discover you didn't have the burner on high enough, you can turn it up, and it will quickly assume the proper temperature.
What are you putting in my omelet?
Well, for today's omelet, once we're ready to cook, we're going to have a nice assortment of bell peppers, red, orange, and yellow. It's always nice to have a little color in an omelet. And then we're going to have a nice assortment of cheeses to add to it.
Spinach and onions is good too. But this looks yummy.
Yes, spinach and onions would be a nice addition if we had them. All right. Omelet cook a little bit. Now you can use a larger pan or a smaller pan for the omelet. I chose to use a smaller pan to make it a larger, fluffier omelet.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks so much, you guys. I have chocolate chip pancakes, blueberry pancakes. I'm just going to add some chocolate sprinkles to it, and a little cocoa, and some homemade syrup. Impressive, honey. Thank you so much to my wonderful husband for making this. I have bacon, and I have an omelet. I have freshly made spearmint tea. Thank you, Better Homes and Gardens, for allowing us to do this fun breakfast in bed on Mother's Day. And thank you for all of those of you out there who are going to vote for us. We appreciate your vote and your support, and have a happy Mother's Day to all of you.